And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Dollar General 250 version 2, the 10th race of the Oreo Truck Series Season 3 Division 2. We prepare for an exciting 17 laps of racing, and we had some great racing in the first division race. Going to have to see what's going to happen here as we are at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the high-banked, D-shaped racetrack, with Bill Overpool on the pole alongside of Cody Yamas. Sasha Dawson will start in third alongside the 51 car of Danny Wells. Drivers trying to use this last opportunity to get into the All-Star race via points race. Of course, there's going to be other opportunities as well during the All-Star race weekend, but we are moments away from getting the command to fire the engines. As a matter of fact, the command to fire the engines has been given. So these drivers will roll off, complete 2 pace laps, and then we'll get the green flag. Our points leader, Jake Rogers, is in this field, rolling off from position number 11. And also we'll keep an eye on our defending race winner in this event. And that, of course, is Nick Bergen, who picked up his first Career Truck Series win last week at Pocono. Well, who will do it? Who will get to victory lane and clinch themselves a spot in the All-Star race? Several drivers in this field have already done this. One of them is Sean Galligan. They're rolling off in the 5th position. But to my knowledge, 7 of the top 8 drivers are currently not in the All-Star race. One of them could be at the end of the day. Green flag is out. 17 laps of racing before we find out who will be in the All-Star race. Sasha Dawson going 3 wide there. Cody Yamas, Danny Wells, Sasha Dawson 3 wide through turns 1 and 2. You can do that here at Atlanta. Sean Galligan trying to come to the inside line. Here comes our points leader, Jake Rogers. And whoa, Sasha Dawson's going to move Bill Overpool out of the way and say, thank you very much, I'll take the top spot. Sasha Dawson leads, then you got Sean Galligan, then you got Jeff Ehlers, and then our points leader Jake Rogers, followed by Aaron Reed, and then Margaret Mason in the 99 Napa Toyota Tundra making her debut here in the Oreo Truck Series. And you got James McLeod, Bob Fergus. McLeod actually is in the top 10 standings but doesn't have a win, so he's going to be looking to maybe ice himself a position in the All-Star race with a victory here today. Of course, we know that Bob Fergus won back at Infineon, so he already is in the All-Star race as Sean Galligan takes the top spot. Jake Rogers going to move into second, will our points leader. Then you got Margaret Mason, James McLeod, and as mentioned, Bob Fergus. You got the 2 Red Bull cars. You got one of them there. I think that's Adam Rose. They came away with 2nd and 3rd place finishes at Talladega 2 weeks ago. Or not Talladega, Pocono. Last week, and they could be contenders. Daniel Schwab and Adam Rose I'm talking about. Whoops. That was a mistake on my part. Gotta get back there. There we go. Jake Rogers actually taking the lead, has our points leader. James McLeod's going to move into second. 3rd place, I think that's Daniel Schwab, actually. I thought that was Adam Rose, but it's very difficult to tell the 82 and the 83 apart unless you can see the side. It is indeed the 82 of Daniel Schwab, and so he is in the 3rd position. Maybe not for long, though. Look at James McLeod. Look at them going to go 3 wide. Up the middle comes Daniel Schwab. Wow. And look at Richard Johnson out of nowhere. That 92 car, we didn't even talk about him, and here he is, running very well up inside the top 5 now. And also making his debut is Brendan Patterson in the 93, filling in for the rest of the season for William Duncan. He's currently running in the top 10. He officially crossed the stripe that time in position number 6. Bill Overpool, our points leader's back there. There's Nick Bergen, running very well. Our defending race winner at Pocono. He picked up his first career Truck Series victory. He'll be in the All-Star race as Richard Johnson takes the lead. I think the caution's out. It is. And Richard Johnson looks like he's going to pace us under the caution flag ahead of Brendan Patterson and then the two Red Bull cars again. Oh, look out! Oh, no, that was Margaret Mason just went up the racetrack. Sean Galligan is involved. Oh, Dylan Schwallenberg. Savannah Turner, what in the world? James McLeod is upside down. There's Connor Germain, Yokohama Kato, Jacob Boyer in it. Caleb Barnes is in it. What in the world is going on here? Cody Yamas, outside pole sitter, I think was involved. John Acosta looks like got some damage from it. I think Mackenzie Hopkins got damage as well. And Danny Wells is on pit road. Jacob Rodriguez is damaged along with Robert Bann. I'll bet that was what the original caution came out for, but we had a wreck and then a wreck under the caution flag. Let's take a look at both of those. Well, they were 5 wide here heading into turn 1. Right there's contact between Robert Bann and Jacob Rodriguez. He turns down into Jake Croven. Croven's going to slide up the racetrack and get a little piece of Caleb Barnes. And then Jacob Rodriguez is going to slide up the racetrack here. He makes contact with the 50 of Jacob Boyer. Cody Yamas and Tim Feigl are involved. Robert Bain scraping the wall up there. And that's what put us actually under the caution flag. And here comes Robert Bain into the picture again. And he makes more contact with Jacob Rodriguez. Caleb Barnes gets another piece of it. And Jake Croven's able to get his car righted and continue on. But that's what we were originally under the caution flag for, was about a 7-car incident in turns 1 and 2. But then there was a follow-up wreck under the caution flag that involved several top contenders. Let's look at that. Yeah, right there. Margaret Mason and Sean Galligan get together, and they're just up into James McLeod, who actually, as I mentioned, is in the top 10 standings but doesn't have a win. And this could hurt his chances of getting into the All-Star race right here, being via top 10 in standings. And watch Dylan Schwallenberg come into the picture. He can't miss anything. Mackenzie Hopkins is into the back of Schwallenberg. Savannah Turner's into the back of Mackenzie Hopkins. And it just all backs up here. Danny Wells, Aaron Reed, Zach Buchanan in the 86 making his debut. John Acosta, Connor Germain, Yokohama Kato, Jeff Ehlers, Tim Feigl. They just all get backed up there. Jacob Boyer. So the caution is out. Oh, Caleb Barnes into the back of Jacob Boyer. So the caution's out for 2 different incidents that occurred. 1 under the green, 1 under the caution. Let's go back for the restart. So we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing. Richard Johnson leads the way. Drivers out after this include the cars of Danny Wells, Sean Galligan, Margaret Mason, Dylan Schwallenberg, Tim Feigl. Then it's James McLeod, John Dawson, and Savannah Turner. I'm just going to try and get a confirmation on that. Nope, I made a mistake here. Looks like Danny Wells is still in it, in 34th, but he is 1 lap down. Everybody else that I mentioned is actually out of the race. So Richard Johnson leads. Second is Brendan Patterson. The 2 Red Bull cars for Schwab Racing, looking to maybe go back-to-back in weekends with top 5 finishes for both their cars, as they are 3rd and 4th, with Rose 3rd and Schwab in 4th. Bill Doverpool, our pole sitter, is up in 5th now. Nick Bergen, last week's winner, is 6th. Joseph Bryant, who's in the top 10 in standings, he is 7th. 8th is our points leader, Jake Rogers. Then it's Michael Harvey in 9th. Matthew Rodriguez, 10th. Mike Dawson, 11th. Jake Baskinger, 12th. Corey Williams is in 13th. 14th is Tim Walsh. Dylan Young is 15th. And the rest of the top 20, Brandon Gonzalez, Jessica Miller, Mackenzie Hopkins, Anthony McCurry, and Marco Rossi. As back up to the front we go. Well, that was actually the back. And just like that, Brendan Patterson in his debut in the 93 is going to go to the front. Richard Johnson going to slide up the racetrack there. He's going to lose 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and maybe more. And look who's coming into view there. Nick Bergen in the 48. He may be thinking about 2 wins in a row in that 48 car. If you're just joining us, we have had 1 caution flag come out. That was for 2 different incidents, which involved several top contenders, including Sean Galligan, Tim Feigl, James McLeod. And these drivers, they are not only racing for the win, they're racing for an opportunity to get one of those spots in the All-Star race. Remember, the way to get into the All-Star race is either to be a former winner from last year after the All-Star race, to be a past champion in the respective series, as here comes a battle between Joseph Bryant and points leader Jake Rogers, Bryant with the preferred line. You also can be in the top 10 in the standings or have a win this season. 2 of those have already done such, and they are up here in the front. Joseph Bryant and Jake Rogers. Rogers is in the top 10 standings. He's the points leader, so he's undoubtedly going to be in the All-Star race. He's also a former champion, being the Truck Series champion last year, and Joseph Bryant picked up a victory early on this season, so he's in. Here comes Corey Williams. Tell you what, Corey Williams, since making his return to the Truck Series, he's been doing pretty well. Oh, there's a car back in the wall. It's one of the Schwab Racing cars. I think it was Adam Rose. Thought I saw Jessica Miller involved as well. The caution is out. And I don't know for certain, but this may be a battle back to the... This may be a battle back to the stripe here, as Corey Williams does lead it. Richard Johnson, Daniel Schwab, Bill Doberpool, and I think Joseph Bryant got 5th, but who was in that? Jake Rodriguez may have been involved. Oh, Mackenzie Hopkins in her debut. She's in it. Adam Rose, we know, was involved. Dylan Young, who picked up a win at Talladega a few weeks ago. Brendan Patterson, we saw him up at the front quite a bit, and he's involved. And I saw that car involved as well, Jessica Miller in the 59. So the caution is out, and I don't know for certain if this is going to mean that the winner of this race could be Corey Williams. We'll come back and find that out in just a moment. Let's see what we're under the caution flag for the second time today. Once again, another case of these drivers getting 4 wide. You can't do that here at Atlanta. And right here, contact between Jessica Miller, Adam Rose, and Brendan Patterson. Dylan Young just runs right into it. There's no one for him to go. Look at Aaron Reed make a good miss right there. Picks up a few positions. So does Anthony McCurry. Now, how does Mackenzie Hopkins get into this mess? Let's take a look here. Everybody trying to make their way through. Oh my word! Jessica Miller just turned right up into Mackenzie Hopkins. Hopkins was just minding her own business, trying to get through, and she gets run up into. Let's go on board with the 64 of Mackenzie Hopkins. On board with the 64 of Mackenzie Hopkins making her debut. Just watch this. She misses this wreck, and then watch Jessica Miller come back up in front of her. Oh! Man, that's too bad for Mackenzie. She actually did miss that wreck, and really, it was an unnecessary thing for Jessica Miller to bring the car back up the racetrack, and she ran right into Mackenzie Hopkins. Well, the white flag is about to be displayed. 2-1 Corey Williams, and the lights are not out atop the pace car. So Corey Williams, who actually raced all of last season in the 3, I believe, and never picked up a win in the Truck Series, is actually going to come here, filling in the rest of the season for a driver who did not comment and was released from their ride. He's going to pick up his first career Truck Series victory here in the number 80 car. How about that? Corey Williams, what a run for him, and he's going to be in the All-Star race in that 80 car. Unbelievable job by Corey Williams. He actually pretty much came out of nowhere. I was basically watching the battle between points leader Jake Rogers and Joseph Bryant, and failed to notice the number 80 car coming up there on that inside line. He made the move, got the caution at the opportune time, and Corey Williams is going to pick up his first career Oreo Truck Series finish. Now, Timmy Pacioli ended our first-time winners streak at 7, but now it's been started up again, I guess, as Corey Williams is a first-time winner here in the Oreo Truck Series. I believe, if I remember correctly, this is his first career NNSCRA win overall. Richard Johnson, best career finish there, in second. Daniel Schwab third. Joseph Bryant in fourth. And pole sitter Bill Doberpool will come away with the 5th position. Checkered flag is out. Corey Williams wins the Dollar General 250 version 2 at Atlanta. Congrats to him. So he and Timmy Pacioli have now clinched themselves spots in the All-Star race, which will be coming up after this Atlanta race weekend. Congrats to both of them. It's going to be interesting to see who in the top 10 in standings may have fallen out, who outside the top 10 standings may have moved in to get those spots being in the top 10 standings to get into the All-Star race as well. That's going to be coming your way right after the finishing order. If you're in Division 1, you'll want to check this out too. If you are in the All-Star race, your name is highlighted in yellow. If your name is in white, you will be in the 2 Oreo Open races where 2 more drivers will transfer their way in to the All-Star race. So, best of luck to all of you that are going to be in the All-Star or in the Oreo Open, and best of luck to you that have already now clinched yourself spots in the All-Star race. Corey Williams picks up his first career Truck Series victory in his 2nd career season. Thanks for watching. You've been watching a production of the NNSCRA Sports Channel. Offline racing at its best. Here comes the point standings.